am Naimah Latif with an important news brief regarding the tragic slaying of 19-year-old Tawanda Thompson, her 7-month-old son, and 2 family members in the Marquette Park community of Chicago. This story particularly touches our hearts because the suspect being held said he slayed his wife because she refused to put on the traditional Muslim clothing, and he felt that he was taking her back to Allah. The suspect, who is a convert to Islam, converted while in prison. And this story might cause some apprehension among people who have friends and family members who have converted to the religion of Islam. And so we wanted to talk to members of the Muslim community and discuss these events in light of what the religion of Islam teaches regarding the covering of women, and is there a compulsion, and is there any call for violence?
I've been a Muslim my entire life, and I've read the Quran many times, and there's nothing in the Quran that advocates violence against your wife for any reason.
There is not anything in the Quran or in the Hadith, authentic Hadith, traditions of the Prophet, that allow a man to punish his wife for not covering up.
The Quran specifically says there should be no compulsion in religion. Surely right has become distinct from wrong.
The second chapter in the Quran, it says that there is no compulsion in religion. La ikraha fid din, no compulsion in religion. So any tenet of Islam cannot be forcibly enforced by anyone who claims authority on Islam's behalf against someone who is not claiming to be Muslim.
Do a gradual transition. Don't try to do anything radical right offhand. And that's where a lot of the problems come, because you say, oh, you got to do this right now.
This is an issue that has to be addressed, because even though the news media did not directly attribute the act of violence to the religion, the implication is so strong it could perhaps create problems for people who practice the faith, as well as undue apprehension to people who know converts to Islam, and even create difficulties for those who are ministering to people in prison.
Husbands do not force wives, at least my husband does not force me to cover. I'm not compelled to do anything that he says do, and he's not compelled to do anything that I say do. We follow the religion of Islam.
We must be able to recognize signs of mental illness that could in fact lead to acts of violence.
So in this unfortunate case that we had a woman who was not claiming to be Muslim, had not accepted Islam, and an attempt was made to force her into what the man perceived as an Islamic code of dress, and so that is completely not allowed and has nothing to do with Islam.
I feel like that is not Islam, and that is not what God would want you to do.
Now, whereas the Quran does tell people to be modest and to dress modestly, it in no way gives a husband the right or the impetus to tell his wife either she has to do this or she has to suffer his hand.
It's a gradual transition. You take one step at a time. You say, okay, be a little bit more modest. You don't need to wear the short skirts, or or you don't need to wear the tight blouses or whatever. It's just gradual, slow, modest changes.
There is no compulsion in religion. A Muslim woman chooses to cover herself, to protect herself from unwanted stares and people who try to see the shape of her body or the style of her hair, people that she is not trying to attract. And she protects herself from unwanted acts of disrespect.
So your wife, she covers, she wears the veil and all that?
Yes.
What made her decide?
Well, basically she wanted to wear the veil because she said it makes her feel more comfortable and protected from men gazing, looking at women with lustful eyes. So this is her main reason. She feels comfortable with it, she loves it, and she's very apt about it.
She also covers herself as a sign of respect to other women, not wishing to attract their husbands. This is an understanding that a Muslim woman develops, and the covering is by choice, not by compulsion.
She might just find that, changing her dress changes wears the tight skirts, the short skirts, and the tight blouses are treated different from somebody who dresses a little bit more modestly. And she might find that she prefers to be treated with a little bit more respect by people she doesn't even know. And so it'll become her choice.
She did it of her own free will, of her own mind, but I support her and the sisters who do veil and cover 100%. And they should be respected for their modesty.
We support those who have prison ministries because we know their intention is to provide spiritual renewal for those whose souls need a cleansing. And we want those who come out of the penal institutions to be new citizens, new in mind, body, and spirit, regardless of what faith they choose. Our prayers go out to the family of the slain, and our prayers are with the suspect